Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back. Once again, another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, we are continuing the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. This is the series finale for the show. This sucks. This really sucks. I can't wait to see the episode. I can't wait to see the last episode, but at the same time, I don't want it to be the last episode. This is Season 2, Episode 26, Avengers Assemble. I love that title. That is a fantastic title for the final episode of this show. I remember you guys recommending me this show when I was finishing up Legend of Korra, because this is the third show that I have now started and finished for the channel. Avatar: The Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, and now Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. But when I was wrapping up Legend of Korra, I wanted to switch it up a little bit. And so I was taking your guys' feedback on potential shows and ideas, and this was voted on, and this one won by a landslide pretty much. And I'm so happy it was voted on. It is such a fantastic show. It's been an incredible journey. And it sucks that it's over. It sucks this is it. I don't even know what to say. I'm just blown away by the amount of character, the amount of storytelling they have told within these two seasons, and how much development these characters have gotten. And of course, the huge amount of characters they've introduced throughout these two seasons. The amount of potential storytelling they could still do after whatever this is, the finale here. Because there's so much that they've done, and there's obviously so much more that could be explored. So I'm really excited to see what they do here, of course. I'm not ready for it to end. I never look forward to a show ending, but the next show after this is going to be Wolverine and the X-Men. I know it's a one-season show, but that was heavily recommended by a lot of you guys. And with that being the next show, after that we'll go to, of course, something else. Not really sure what that's going to be, but Wolverine and the X-Men will be the next series that I watch for the channel, and of course for Patreon as well. As long as you guys continue to support over there, then I'll definitely give full reactions and everything. I'm just I'm trying to process this as I'm recording here. I'm about to sit down and watch the final episode of the show. I have loved this show so much. It has given me so much joy, so many things to talk about, and just seeing how well of a show this is, because it reminds me of the quality, and at least for me, the quality of the Spider-Man, the animated series from the 90s, the X-Men animated series from the 90s. I fell in love with those shows as a kid. I grew up on those shows. In terms of Marvel, speaking of Marvel specific, but can't talk, specific. And now we're here to the final episode of this amazing show that has given me the amount of happiness I felt back then for those Spider-Man and X-Men shows back in the day in the 90s when I was growing up. This is giving me that same happiness, the same joy. It's so well done. I love everything about it. The storytelling, the voice cast, the characters, everything they've done with this show has been so damn good. And I can't wait to see what they do with this episode, but at the same time, I don't want it to end. So, I'm done talking. Very long intro. I'm ready. Let's get into it to see what they show us in this final episode of the show. Who knows, maybe one day Disney will be smart enough to revive the show for Disney+. I don't think it'll happen. We can dream. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Avengers Assemble, the final episode of Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Let's go.
You ever stop to wonder how history will remember us? I never have.
Okay.
But now I can't shake it.
What in the hell?
Okay, why is it always my building?
Yeah.
Prepare for the end of your world.
Wait, what?
Galactus thunders.
Wait a minute. What? Yes. Oh shit. That was cool. Dang.
Watch out! Getting an emergency call from S.H.I.E.L.D. Whoever this is, he can come along.
Oh.
Galactus is some kind of space god. One of the Skrulls told me it destroyed their homeworld. It said Galactus eats planets.
Wait! We're gonna need everyone on this. And as good as I am,
Oh.
you're the right man for the job, Steve.
Okay. Okay.
Jarvis, put out the call. Code White.
Oh shit. Okay, okay, okay. Yes. Yeah, this is crazy. Oh my god, look at
But I've
that
called you
shot.
together for one reason.
That is so cool.
The end of the world is here. This isn't a battle of good versus evil. It's a battle of survival.
Okay, survival. Oh, that is so fucking cool.
We fight to save humanity itself. The world is...
His design a little bit
Got a little something on your face.
reminds me of Dark Side a little bit.
Frankly,
That'd be too easy, right? Too easy. Oh shit. Oh, now we see the throw this time. Nice. Oh, okay. That was pretty smart. He got stabbed in the face, but you cut it off at the camera angle. Or like the frame, off frame.
These beings are energy constructs, presumably created by Galactus. They are not alive.
They're not alive. Okay. That's interesting though. So like, I guess Galactus is like, they'll do the dirty work for me.
Galactus.
Oh my god. Yes.
To being of pure energy.
It's not that simple. Exactly. Okay, so this guy can get hurt.
You believe you can defeat a herald of Galactus? We don't just believe, monster. We're doing it.
I love how some of the words he uses. Monster. We haven't seen him since he took the armor. Yeah, he's been gone. I thought he'd be in the show more, honestly, once he had the armor. Scott. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm about to say he can't... He's weak to water. I don't know why he's on this team. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. So now with that destroyed, you might want to get out of there before the water just back in on you. Just saying. Dang. I think they can get away with that. My word.
why is everything glowing?
I don't know.
Oh boy, I think we just ticked him off.
Yeah, a little.
He reformed the machines.
It cost him precious energy. That's why he needed the heralds. That doesn't matter now.
I'm going out, fighting.
Makes sense. That was cool. Wow, he didn't expect that, did he?
Galactus is literally consuming the planet. We've only got...
Stop. Back up. Did you say antimatter? Jarvis, find the ship's controls. It came here through a wormhole. There must be some way to reactivate it. You, me, and Hank once created a portal to the negative zone. We've got 3 minutes to do it again.
To do it again in 3 minutes. Jesus.
Because I can hear it.
Hear what?
Thunder.
Oh. Dang. Go Thor. Jesus.
I am an Avenger, and this world is under my protection.
Oh my god. Yes.
Iron Man, if you're going to do something, now's the time.
We're on it, Cap.
That's a cool shot. It's actually working.
Before you ask, it wasn't me.
So good. Hug it out.
You wanted to know how history will remember the Avengers Iron Man? Well, here's your answer.
Oh, day. Sorry, I'm yawning. This is awesome. Aw, that's it? Dang. This fucking show, man. This show. It delivered. This episode delivered. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if they knew as they were making season 2 they were not going to get a season 3, or if they thought they were going to get a season 3, but this was a way to go. You bring back basically everybody throughout the 2 seasons of the show that we've seen in some sort of way or another, and bring them together because Galactus is here. My one little critique is that Galactus didn't speak. I kind of wish he did, but we had his heralds, or whatever they were called, these 4 beings that were created by Galactus that were there basically creating these towers in different locations to basically get Galactus to devour the planet, to eat the planet, basically. So they were, at least, well, the one that showed up with the rocks and everything, which, those rocks floating, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then he's standing on a rock, and he's using the rock to float him around. He spoke a little bit, but I was kind of hoping that Galactus was going to speak. But I guess the thinking is, Galactus is almighty, all-powerful, essentially. He doesn't need to say anything to these people, because he's just here to devour the planet. What does he have to say to the Avengers? But I was thinking, maybe he'll start speaking once he realizes that they're fighting back, and they're not going to let him just easily take the planet, but I was wrong. But that's okay. It was a choice, a decision. I kind of wish they would have went with a voice for him, but it's okay. It's okay. It was so well done. The design of Galactus was fantastic. I liked, the 4 different beings that he had created. They were really cool. And the fact that Vision confirmed they're not even alive. They could just brutally kill them. Now, here's something too. And with them showing them brutally dying for the most part, except for the one that seemed like he wasn't actually created by Galactus, he was an actual guy with a name. But the others that the other teams were fighting, but the one that was there at Stark Tower, but like, we had them brutally getting destroyed, those like element beings or whatever. We had Wolverine come in, and then off camera his claws go into his face. But they didn't show that. I'm wondering if that was like a note or something, or they just knew they couldn't show that. I'm not sure. But it's the same thing when they showed Wolverine in the new Avengers episode, when they introduced him, when he was fighting the Raptors, and you see, I think it was Spider-Man watching, and you see on the shadows on the wall behind him, you see him stabbing, and you see, like, I think blood coming from those Raptors. He was stabbing the Raptors. Like, okay. But still, it was so cool to see all these characters come back together. Like I was saying, come back together. They come together, and they're all Avengers for this episode. They were all Avengers. And I was about to start critiquing a little bit the fact that we didn't have more characters, because there definitely has to be more heroes in the universe or on this Earth that could have came and helped. But I'm thinking this too. If they weren't introduced before, I don't think it would have made sense to introduce a bunch of new characters in this last episode just for it to never come back. So I'm glad that they went the direction of, if they've been introduced, we'll use them. If they've not, we're not going to. Like, we saw the cameos of some other characters on the bulletin board that Nick Fury had during the Skrull invasion, and he was like figuring out who is a Skrull and who's not, and he had these images of different heroes we haven't even seen yet. I have to go back and look at that board, because, basically they were teasing characters we haven't seen yet. But if I remember correctly, I think Cyclops on there, I think Beast was on there, I think Professor X, I think Magneto was on there. So there's certain characters they could have brought in for this, but it probably wouldn't have had much of an impact besides, holy shit, they're finally showing this character. Holy shit, this character. Holy shit, this character. It's like, we have a lot of story to tell here. We only have a certain amount of time. We have a certain, window of time. We can't do like an hour-long episode with commercials, so like 40-something minutes. We can't do that. I wish they would have, because I think this would have definitely tailored to a 2-parter, but it's okay. They definitely told, I think, a pretty good story here with the amount of time they had. Literally right away, Galactus shows up pretty quickly. And Tony starting off saying, how are people going to remember us and history and, impact on the world, the Avengers. And then now everyone knows that they saved the planet from being destroyed. The entire planet from being destroyed. Not just like certain cities or whatever, or villains doing this. This guy was going to destroy the whole planet because he's going to eat the whole damn thing. He needed the energy. So that was really cool for that to kind of tie in. There was non-stop action, and I loved it. And I love the fact that we saw different teams. Like, it wasn't like where the Fantastic Four were together and then we had another team where it was like consistent with characters we've seen work together. The teams were radically like different. Like, I wasn't expecting certain characters to be a part, but like, you know, part of a team. But I was really happy that they had Wolverine and the Thing together, jumping out of the plane. Wolverine's riding on Thing's back, riding down onto the ground, and then him throwing him, because we had that in the new Avengers episode, so they brought that back into the mix. Just seeing certain characters work together was just awesome. The one thing, a Human Torch should not have been there during the water tower, but he was able to overcome that element being, the water element being, so I mean, okay. he kicked that ass, kicked its ass, his ass, whatever. You get my point. Okay. It was really smart for Tony to figure out the negative zone, and to recreate it in 3 minutes. We only had 3 minutes. That's not a lot of time. But they figured it out. And then, of course, Galactus was trying to come back one more time, and then they pushed him in fully, and he is now gone. And he's feeding off of the energy in the negative zone. So I guess if this show was ever to come back, which I don't know if it would, but if it was to ever come back, I don't think that Galactus would ever return. Or maybe. So I'm trying to remember on storylines they had introduced or teased that we never got. Surtur. We never got to see the Surtur storyline. I'm trying to think anything else that was like... I was thinking Beta Ray Bill might show up in this episode, because Beta Ray Bill had told Thor, when he was in his episode, he had said that, you know, if you ever need me, or if you ever need my help, or you need help, let me know. So I'm surprised Beta Ray Bill didn't show up. It's okay. I'm trying to think anything else story-wise. I mean, there's tons of stories they could still do. Because here's the thing, with Wolverine, the X-Men are out there, because we've already seen the pictures of them on the bulletin board, so they could have done an X-Men introduction officially. And maybe that could have tied into an X-Men show set in the same universe. If only, right? If only. I hate the fact that it's over. I hate the fact the show's done. Because I kept dreading it as we're getting closer and closer, but I just couldn't wait for the next episode because it was so good. And now there's no more show. It's done, and it sucks to say that, because I've been enjoying this show for quite some time, and you know, it's been a crazy ride. I actually want to look up when was the first reaction to this show. Let me look at my playlist here. Episode 1, Season 1, turn that down. My first reaction was on May 3rd, 2020. That was episode 1 I uploaded. Iron Man is Born. Some people commenting this in my opinion is the best Marvel show. Great reaction. I wish this show has been canceled. It should have had 5 seasons like Avengers Assemble. The best Marvel animated show. Best Marvel animated series in all caps. I recently rewatched this entire series. I absolutely loved it. I really wish we got a 3rd season. Chainsaw, I think you're really going to love this show. That's what Midnight Shadow Fox said. I think you're really going to enjoy this show, and I did. I'm thinking of making a video more of like just talking about my overall thoughts of the whole show, and kind of like, you know, build like an actual script to kind of talk through some specific stuff that I really appreciated about this show, that really made me love this show. So I might end up doing that. I think I should, because, I mean, this show deserves it, because this show has been a crazy journey. I can't think of one episode that made me disappointed or I really didn't love that much. There are some episodes I of course, like more than others. I think maybe the Powerless episode, which was kind of out of order because it's episode 26. I don't think it never aired. But anyways, that's the one episode I didn't like love, but I really enjoyed it still. I still enjoyed it for what it was. So it wasn't like a complete waste. There was never an episode I felt that was just like, you know, every episode I think served a purpose in some sort of capacity, whether it was character introduction, character progression, story progression, or an introduction to something, or maybe teasing some sort of storyline that we'll get down the road, or maybe we'll never get. So that's okay, you know. I love what they did with this show. I love what they were able to do. The voice cast has been phenomenal. The action has been fantastic. The character dynamics has always been great. I mean, the writing has been so good on this show in terms of having these actually having these characters have a personality, and for them to have differences of opinion, and that's okay, because they're all not going to be on the same page. You I think some of the highlights of the show, of course, was the Skrull invasion. This episode, particularly, I think. Any Kang episode I felt was really stood out. New Avengers, of course, with introducing Wolverine and stuff and having that new team was really awesome with Kang. Man, let me actually look through the reactions because I want to kind of look back on the. Oh yeah, that one. Oh yeah, that one. Let's see. Man, I'm looking here. The Bay Area Bill stuff. The Miss Marvel, Carol getting her powers was a great episode. Man. With Doctor Doom in the season 2 premiere, with him finding out that Sue is actually a Skrull. She's not actually. Oh, in the episode 20, which was the Casket of Ancient Winters, I think that was oh God, what's his name? I forget the character's name, the Thor villain that was horribly done in Dark World. But anyways, so that was like I think the first time we saw Thing. Like, it's clobber in time. Like, what? And of course, the end of the season 1 finale with the Skrull taking down Cap to become the new Cap, and realizing throughout portion of season 2, we're watching a fake Cap this whole time, and it was really interesting. And that kind of set up like a version of Civil War too. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome. So, anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. I really love this show. I really enjoyed this show. It's so well done, and this episode once again proved it. Yeah, I love it. Can't get enough of it. So, what'd you guys think of the series finale of Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes? What'd you think of this episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts, and let me know your overall thoughts of the show as well. I want to know your thoughts. I'm curious. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. It's been a fun ride. It's sad to say it's over, but we had a fantastic journey on this. We had a fantastic ride on this journey. I can't talk. It's just I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you so much for following me on this journey and watching the show, whether it was for the first time or rewatching it to see how I responded to it. I really enjoy your comments and your feedback on the videos. Thank you so much, guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.